Iroh is one of the most beloved characters in the animated series Avatar, The Last Airbender. At the beginning of the series, he is shown as an enthusiast of the arts of tea, a regular Pai Sho player, and a great mentor to Zuko. As we get to know him, we can see that he is a great character who leaves us fun moments and comments full of wisdom.
No one has ever believed in me.
While it is always best to believe in oneself, a little help from others can be a great blessing.
We know his story in retrospect. As it unfolds, we discover that Iroh is known for being a great soldier, direct heir to the throne of the Fire Nation, an incredibly strong bender, and a villain to the rest of the nations. When Iroh was general of the Fire Nation army, he carried out the famous siege of Ba Sing Se that lasted 600 days. During the siege, his only son, Lu Ten, was mortally wounded and died while Iroh breached the outer wall of the city. The death of his son had a traumatic impact on Iroh. He was heartbroken and realized that he experienced the same fate that many families suffered because of his contribution to the Fire Nation's war efforts. This made him reflect on his life and what he really wanted for himself. And even after having gone further than anyone else in the conquest of Ba Sing Se, he decided to withdraw his troops and abandon the siege. From this point, he considers a path different from that of his family and his nation. This is a turning point for Iroh's story because the man we see during the development of the series, wise, serene, and at peace with himself, is the result of a culminated redemption arc which later makes him a fundamental piece to Zuko's story. The change that Iroh undergoes shows us that there is no fixed and inevitable destiny, that a different path can be followed even if it is against what was previously learned, and that this path is something that only we can choose for ourselves.
Zuko, look into your heart and see what it is that you truly want.
What can we learn from Iroh? As one of the wisest characters of the series, Iroh served as Zuko's trusted advisor, not only because he has gathered a lot of experience throughout his life, but because he truly cares about him. And through the sharing of his advice, despite Zuko's ability to listen, we, the audience, can learn a lot from him.
Hope is something you give yourself. That is the meaning of inner strength.
When Iroh explains to Zuko the importance of the four elements, shows us that we can learn from many different sources. No matter the circumstances, every bit of understanding, every new perspective we discover, could lead us to growth.
It is important to draw wisdom from many different places. If we take it from only one place, it becomes rigid and stale. Understanding others, the other elements, and the other nations will help you become whole.
We can also learn from his lack of ego. Iroh never feels personally attacked or offended by what happens to him. Not by Zuko ridiculing him, bullies trying to humiliate him, or the contempt of those who believe he is defeated. Iroh understands humiliation as an internal response to a perceived attack on our ego, and not as an external situation that truly degrades us.
You must let go of your feelings of shame if you want your anger to go away.
I'm as proud as ever.
Prince Zuko, pride is not the opposite of shame, but its source. True humility is the only antidote to shame.
Along the way, he shows a lot of solidarity and patience with Zuko, advising him and allowing him the time and space necessary for him to decide for himself. Even in the most decisive moments, he can offer a more challenging advice than usual to guide him, but without imposing a specific path.
It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions. Who are you? And what do you want?
Iroh is also a person who has learned the importance of appreciating personal hobbies. He likes to indulge in tea and games, and his enthusiasm for these activities has allowed him to experience meaningful moments and meet important people in his life.
Sharing tea with a fascinating stranger is one of life's true delights.
It allowed him to open his own tea shop in one of the most prestigious places in Ba Sing Se, or for his hobby of playing Pai Sho, which allowed him to join the secret society of the White Lotus and meet people whose interest transcends the four nations.
Welcome, brother. The White Lotus opens wide to those who know her secrets.
The importance of mentorship. Iroh has been of vital importance to Zuko's growth. He embodies the mentor archetype, someone who teaches and gives advice to less experienced people. He's the type of person that is always positive to have in our lives. Not only he can enrich us with his vast source of knowledge and constructive feedback, but he can be of great help in achieving our goals or an ally for personal growth. The writers of Avatar: The Last Airbender have a lot of merit since they created a series that shows us that, regardless of their targeted audience, a story written with passion and dedication can offer us a lot of enjoyment, charming characters, moving stories, and worthwhile lessons. As in the case of Iroh, who without being one of the main characters, leaves a lot of wisdom for all of us who were able to enjoy the series.
Remember that plant I thought might be tea?
You didn't.
I did. And it wasn't.
Ah!